because we do have RotterdaM and TLO in game and ready to party. Pump, 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 pump. Oh my god, I think I'm breaking the... Okay, I think I'm breaking the pump. Oh god. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, well guys, welcome to one of the round 2 matches here today in the WCS European Qualifier. I hope you're ready for some fun games, because I actually think this could be a pretty fun series, as we do have to the bottom right hand side of the map. Gonna stop squeaking, put the balloon to the side, bring it back later on. We do have to the bottom right hand side of the map, give it up for Team Liquid's TLO. And to the upper left hand side, our orange Protoss player is RotterdaM, part of the Roddy army. And just to confirm, Stefano did just pick up game number 1 against Hellraiser, guys. That game ended pretty much as we expected it to. The Broodlord's just an unkillable force there, basically, for our Protoss player. Stefano pushed through to the center of the map, and he was able to take it down. Alright, guys, so welcome to RotterdaM versus TLO. Thank you for being patient as we got this one set up. And we are here now to see what exactly we can bring you guys, as we're just going to be setting up into the game with a nice fast Nexus first from Roddy here, messing around as he gets kick-started in this, as we're going to be seeing, well, our blue Zerg player coming up through the center with an Overlord or 2 right now. It's TLO getting this set up and going, as we're going to be seeing again that gateway about to finish up in the next couple of moments. And we wait to see how indeed these players will open up. Will TLO have some sort of creativity in store to deal with RotterdaM here? Or is RotterdaM going to actually maybe come up with some creativity of his own? He's been a pretty fun player to watch lately, I have to say. He's been a very fun player to watch. Again, thank you very much, EPX1AH, you came in for that sub just before the game. I've got you a balloon for just after. I feel as though maybe I glossed over you a bit in my haste to get into this one, but thank you so much for subscribing. Let's see some love in the chat, please, for EPX1AH, another sub in the channel. Thank you so much, guys. The support lately has been absolutely insane. Yeah, we're having a real battle today, actually. Today we've had so many subs. We've dropped to, today we've actually dropped 20 subs, but we've gained so many that we're actually up 3 in total. It's crazy. This time a month ago, we had a pretty sick kind of day of casting as well, I guess. So we've been dropping a lot of subs today, but we are fighting back and getting a lot back too. So thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Stargate coming down. Here's the early tech choice of RotterdaM as he gets that set up and ready to go. The third hatchery at TLO is now in position as well. So just getting that rolling. His own startup is really nothing crazy at all. It is, hey, let's play some StarCraft and get going. As we see Roddy with the first adept coming over, and Roddy, in very typical Roddy fashion, will open with a Phoenix. He doesn't like Oracles. He doesn't feel as though they move well. He doesn't like them, so he likes to play a Phoenix instead. And he is someone who will play multiple Phoenix and a lot of Phoenix in the early stages, and maybe even mass Phoenix into the mid game. I actually haven't seen him play Phoenix, so I guess I haven't seen him play a lot of PvZ as of late, as I've seen a lot more of his other bits and pieces. I've seen a lot of his PvP, I've been watching him play a little bit of PvT. I feel as though I never tune into his stream during PvZs, but this is just a Stargate with a Phoenix into a Robo Facility and a Twilight Council. So just getting that set up, and in the meantime TLO just throw down the lair. That's going to be his way to set up here, but it's not like a super fast crazy lair. As RotterdaM picks up 2 drones so far, actually, with these, maybe not 2 drones, maybe 2 lings. Yeah, it's 2 lings, as I was going to say, it didn't show up on the side of the screen. We do have Game Heart on now. As you do see 4 lings down, and the Adepts are going to shade away. Nicely done. Charge starting to come on up here from RotterdaM as his follow-up will begin to be established. And TLO throwing down the lair. Again, I was just about to say it, but it wasn't too fast a lair. It was about 350 or so in game coming down, which is pretty regular now to kind of rush up a Hydra Den and to, from there, basically get yourself into a position when you can go into maybe a Lurker Den, you can go in towards just the fast Hydras for the Hydra push, and you can get very aggressive too if you'd like. As Roddy actually behind his charge is going to get some more Phoenix, but he's also going into the set of gateways. 7 more gateways on the way for Roddy here. I mean, that's quite a few. Obviously taking them up to 8 in total. The Robo Facility just for the Warp Prism at the moment. I mean, it's kind of a cool one because the Phoenix make it look like a bit of a macro player, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm going to take a third base. As TLO scouting around, looking to see what he can get up to. As, well, second Warp Prism as well. Roddy said it's something that he kind of likes to do as well, actually. I was talking to him, and he was, or maybe I was casting with him, he mentioned this, and it was something weird. He says that he likes to make a second prism because so many Zergs will just dive on the first prism with the idea that if you kill the first prism, boom, the attack's over. And even if they lose a lot killing the prism, well, boom, they've killed the prism. But if there's a second prism, then all of a sudden, you know, diving on that first prism is just a big loss, and you don't gain anything from it at all. Adept in the wall with the shield battery will be safe, as TLO will see no third base, and well, already Zealots charging in. They're going for the Bane nest, which is obviously a little bit intriguing. The first Bane's not doing a lot. TLO getting caught a little bit off guard here already, and RotterdaM, this attack is doing some damage. He's going to start picking up Hydras with these Phoenix as well, and he's getting a couple of kills. Nice micro. Look at that, the Phoenix are staying alive, and the next wave of Zealots are getting ready to go. Roddy is ahead on army supply. TLO about to hit a +1 missile upgrade, though. He's about to hit that. The Spore Crawler coming in at the front, lifting another Hydralisk here. Lifting the Queens would be great as well on these Phoenix. The Spine Crawler trying to relocate as RotterdaM is doing quite a bit of damage. These Zealots are now forcing drones off the line. He's finding more Phoenix with the, more Hydras with the Phoenix, sorry. And there is still another Warp in available in a few moments' time. TLO is struggling a lot. His army supply is down, and it's only going to get worse as his drone count is being massacred. Pushed away from the third base. TLO's just lost 13 workers. I mean, he must have overdroned a little bit here in the first place, honestly, to be on 43 drones after losing 13. Roddy warps in another few units over here as well. And we are going to be seeing just a lone Adept into the main. There's no Queens here, honestly, and, you know, just like this, he'll pick up another drone, and Roddy's all over the place. He think Roddy's going to take game number 1, because right now, Hydras keep on dropping, Queens are going down, the Spine Crawler's gone, drones are pulling in yet again. I mean, he's still got the Phoenix to pull back forwards when he gets the chance to, and the drones just keep on disappearing. TLO does not have an answer to this at the moment. He has absolutely no answer to this right now, as we're going to see GG RotterdaM. He's done it! TLO versus RotterdaM. Down a game. To the bottom right-hand side, our blue Zerg player is TLO. And to the top left is going to be our orange Protoss player. It is RotterdaM. Alright, well, here we are. Game number 2, and RotterdaM's up 1 game. And already an early probe scout across the map was not able to block the hatchery. TLO able to get that down, sneak it down before the probe blocks. And look at that, Roddy just goes straight back home. Happy with the hatch first. He throws Nexus first down himself, and will be going into the gateway as well. There we go, as we are going to be seeing this gateway setting up at the front. Now, what does Roddy have planned for game number 2 now? Because that build was pretty unique. I get the feeling it's something that TLO probably doesn't die to twice in a row. Maybe Roddy tries it. Maybe Roddy has something else up his sleeve. We are going to find out in the next couple of moments. As we are just going to be seeing the Cybernetics core going to be played shortly. And yeah, we get rolling on Ascension to Aya for map number 2. Lots of you guys hyped about Roddy in the chat. So many Roddys in the chat. Holy crap. The Roddy hype is so very real at the moment. Alright, well, keep that hype going, guys. If he can win this, honestly, his section of the bracket is super winnable. I mean, like, if he wins this, he has, I think, Zanster in his section of the bracket, which obviously isn't easy, but very doable, considering Zanster is also in Korea. So you'd be playing with quite a bit of latency. It'd be pretty rough. Alright, well, we're going to be seeing this hatch drop down on the third base. What is RotterdaM going to do in terms of tech this game, though, as we're going to be seeing the Cybernetics core is getting set up and rolling. So Cybernetics core just going to finish for now and get going here in the Twilight Council. Starting to be played. So a little bit of a different tech choice here already as RotterdaM gets this going. Just to give you some updates on our second screen game, by the way, Hellraiser against Stefano currently ongoing. Nothing really too crazy there, I would say, right now. Pretty much game 2 just getting going, and both players going up to 3 bases or so. Looks as though Stefano will play Lingbane Hydra again. So again, that's just continuing on, and we'll bring you any updates. Currently, Stefano leads 1-0 against Hellraiser. It's going to be seeing the Resonating Glaives. Just going to be starting off here and just going to be seeing the Adept opening here for the moment. So getting glaives going. Another gateway going to come down now as well. And well, getting that gateway down, TLO is once again going to play a melee upgrade. So going to play kind of Ling Bane. I guess he didn't melee upgrade in the last game, but he did play Ling Bane. And so with the Ling Bane kind of coming up, kind of gives you kind of an interesting sort of setup, right? Like, it means that Roddy can potentially do a lot once again, but it also means the Banes are very good at dealing with Adepts in particular. So that will be interesting. Remember, guys, that the way this works is that if you qualify today, you enter essentially the Challenger League, which is top 16, and that plays tomorrow, and then top 8 on Sunday. And top 4 get invites and play tickets, etc. to DreamHack Leipzig or WCS Leipzig. And, yeah, you get tickets to WCS Leipzig. And there is prize money as well. Also, for players who qualify through. As there's circling here of TLO running around. I mean, a couple of units taking the watchtowers in the center for the moment. 2 Stargates on the way from Roddy. So Adept into double Stargate Phoenix. This is a build that Roddy loves as well. I actually remember casting him in the Team League this year, or in 2017. And he used to play a lot of these kind of Adept into Phoenix builds. And he actually had a run where he actually took down 2 very good players. I think against Romantic Gaming, he had a run where he took down 2 very good players with this build. So it can definitely be very effective. I was just going to be seeing the Lings and Banes getting set up. The Adepts need to come down here and protect, though, because TLO is actually getting very aggressive himself. He's still making Lings and Banes, so obviously he wants to keep on doing something. But if Roddy can just micro his Adepts well enough, well, he should be able to make this happen. The issue is he needs to make sure the Banes do not connect too well. I wonder how much the Phoenix actually help out here, to the point where actually double Oracle production might be able to get a lot done. Just going to be seeing those Banes moving forwards. Roddy starts to split, but it wasn't a brilliant split on the first set of Adepts. Now 2 more Adepts warping in. Again, the issue is the Phoenix alone do not really do anything to kind of aid this sort of defense against Ling Bane. As we're going to be seeing these Zerglings continue to move on through, and just going to be moving forwards and continue to work his way through this. I mean, there's the Oracle now in production. I think that's what we expected, but TLO is going to take down the 3rd Nexus. Remember, though, RotterdaM did end up kind of slowing down a lot of workers for this. 46 drones against 51 probes. He's now going to throw down a Dark Shrine as well, and we'll see what he gets into from that. And as TLO backs away, there is the opportunity perhaps now to take the 3rd Nexus again. And Roddy, as his Phoenix count grows, will be able to perhaps get some more done also. An Oracle through this top side is going to be seeing if we can just do some harassment, I guess, based on what's happened so far. The Adept's going to hold this wall, and TLO will just get 1 single probe there, which was long distance mining for a moment or so. TLO going to come back through the top side. The Dark Shrine still coming down up in the main base, so Dark Shrine coming through. Phoenix continue to be chrono boosted out. Lings are going to come back in, and that's going to be another probe kill. That's 2 probes dead. And again, the Phoenix through the center. Seeing where they can go. More Zerglings will gather up once again, and again, just see if they can do a little bit more here. Roddy takes a little bit of time to get going in this game because of this initial slowdown. But once he gets going, well, we'll see what he can do. Right now, Lara is up. Is there an Overseer? One of the things that Roddy would like to do is play Mass Phoenix and the DTs. Okay, there is actually Spore Crawlers. I didn't see that Spore Crawler there. He likes to kind of come in and use the, the Phoenix to basically pick off Overseers and then allow him to basically mass up DTs, and DTs then start to kill everything. He will pick off this Queen, and he'll pick off this one too, it seems. RotterdaM on the way up. As, Roddy needs to actually attack here, though. He's should have had that Queen kill. That's a small mistake from him not to have picked that one up. We'll get it now, though. Just cost him a little bit more energy and a little bit more damage taken. I think Roy's a little bit scared to move out towards his 3rd Nexus again, though. A little bit afraid of what TLO might just be able to kind of bring to the table. As we do have the Phoenix continuing to sit around here, and you see a lot of Lings going to be gathering together. A few more Banes morphing into, a couple of DTs out the front. To the right-hand side, it is an Oracle, which isn't really finding anything so far. I think this is TLO just finding himself the DTs for the first time, or maybe he's just pulling back in general, feeling as though there's no reason for him to stick up there. Which honestly, I mean, there really isn't, right? There really, really isn't. Phoenix still sat overhead, and we're going to be seeing those Lings running in towards the natural. Overseer gets picked off right away there, so one Overseer already going down. We're going to be seeing a couple of drones getting picked away at 2. And still an Oracle to the top right side as well, also wanting to figure out perhaps what it can do in the next few moments. The Phoenix numbers are still continuing to rise on up here. More Phoenix on the way out. A lot of Zerglings from TLO going to start moving across the map. See what he can deal or get done in the next few moments. He's going to see Zealots in the depths having to deal with those Banes. Oh my god, they actually get pretty good connections in the end. Does Roddy actually have anything on the ground? Really not enough to deal with all of these Zerglings. He really doesn't have anywhere near enough to deal with all of these Zerglings, so it's a little bit unfortunate. Sling's running in towards the front now. I mean, TLO's just starting to mass up a little bit too much. Does Roddy have any gates? He's on 4 gates, but he has a lot of minerals, right? So going up to 8 gates or so definitely wouldn't be a bad thing for him right now. Spending Phoenix energy on the Zerglings is never a great thing either. He's going to clean this up, but again, he needs extra production. He also needs a third Nexus, but the thing is, without the extra production, he can't get enough units out. Without enough units, he can't take the third Nexus, so it's kind of a bit of a vicious cycle, which he currently finds himself in. And TLO, with that early attack, definitely seems to have been able to do enough here. As now we see a lot of Hydras and Banes going to gather to the left-hand side. Get ready to keep on pushing. Phoenix grabbing another just Hydra in the middle of the map, it seems. But now there's so many Hydras over here, and I just don't see a way you really fight this. I mean, is there enough Phoenix to just come through, shut down the Overseers, and kind of, you know, just roll in DTs? And he's actually going to be able to start picking off these Hydras, so he'll get rid of a few of these. And the DTs are starting to do their job. Some manual detonations on Dark Templar, but actually still a lot of Overseers. TLO is not going to be caught out, and it is going to be GG. TLO takes game number 2 of this battle. Is RotterdaM. To the bottom left-hand side, our blue Zerg player gave it up for Team Liquid's TLO. And he is up against the orange Protoss player top right-hand side, RotterdaM. Thank you for joining us here today for the WCS qualifiers. Our current idea is that we're going to cast as much of this as possible. We're also casting the WCS NA qualifier later. So ideally, we're going to even grab replays and bring you guys even more action once the, once the initial kind of games are done, because they're not going to hold games for us. But if they are going to be, if we are able to get replays, we will cast you guys more of the qualifying matches, more of the players that you guys want to see, and more of the games that that matter. Just as a quick update, as this game continues on in the early stages, currently happening is Stefano versus Hellraiser Game 2. They're 15 minutes in, and well, put it this way, there's carriers, there's a lot of carriers, there's a lot of Zerg. That game's not going anywhere anytime soon. So that game continues, game number 2 of that best of 3. And we'll give you guys more info on that as we move along and as we get info on it as well. What's up, Razor, coming in with a fresh new sub as well. Thank you for subscribing. Do appreciate it. Get some Wardy Hearts in the chat. If you guys are enjoying the stream, of course, one of the best ways you can support the channel, well, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel. We're currently skyrocketing towards 25,000 followers, so thank you so much, everybody, for all of that. And of course, if you are really enjoying, great ways to support to help keep me as a full-time StarCraft 2 caster, streamer, content producer, is you can subscribe. You can subscribe with Twitch Prime for free once a month, or it's only $5 if you'd like to as well. You get access to replay packs and more. And, yeah, check it out. It's a great way to support the stream if you're enjoying the content and just want to see more of it, obviously. Just going to be seeing the Twilight Council dropping down in the natural expansion. As that Twilight Council comes on through, we're going to see just another Adept is continuing to come on out. It's continuing to get set up into this, as we'll see the Twilight Council is obviously going to be how he opened last game. Let's see if he tries to do something similar here once again. Last game was all about that Glaives. It was about the Glaives, but then into the Stargates, and it didn't go too well for him. He will go into the Glaives this time around, so getting into the Glaives, getting that going. Meanwhile, we see an Evolution Chamber from TLO back at home, so looking as though he wants to once again just play into the fairly fast +1 melee upgrade with this kind of Ling Bane playstyle into the mid-game. So setting up in towards that and seeing what can come of it. Very similar style to what he's been doing the last couple of games. And it worked quite well in the last one, of course. Didn't work so hot in game number 1, though. And I wonder what RotterdaM changes up about this game number 3 to kind of make this build different from game 2 and to maybe fix whatever he feels needs fixing to obviously come out with a victory rather than to come out with a non-victory. TLO was very aggressive last game with a whole bunch of Ling Bane, and he could head towards something similar now. A lot of Lings on the way up as RotterdaM does start to establish his third Nexus, throwing down the 2 pylons over here as well. Two Adepts still in the middle of the map as well, as we do see that +1 melee continue to come on through. The Bane Nest going to be finishing up in just a couple of moments as well. So Bane Nest will finish, and two Adepts do shade all the way back in towards this upper right-hand side. All the Zerglings coming over, and we are going to see, well, this is where the Adepts need to try and get their job done. Going to shade backwards, I like it, just in case there's too many Zerglings here and he can't really fight it. It just means that he's going to be safe with those and he can back away. As we're going to be seeing a shield battery or two coming down as well. TLO may have a bit more difficulty breaking through this game than he did in the last. And RotterdaM is also not throwing down double Stargate, so he doesn't have like a ton of Phoenix and money invested into units, which aren't actually going to be useful to him either, like he did in the last game. It's actually 4 gates and a forge which isn't currently being used. Roddy with a lot of gas here, and he now starts up the charge. Something like a Robo, etc. would obviously make a lot of sense already, so should hopefully be aiming towards something like that in the next couple of moments. You see Zerglings of TLO going to be moving in towards the natural expansion. Well, already a Zealot there with the shield battery, which should be enough to, oh well, you know, hold the wall for now. As, oh my god, well there you go. +1 flyer attack, and he is going to throw down the 2 extra Stargates. He's just doing it in a little bit of a safer fashion, you know, he's not going to do it as quickly. I have to say, TLO has got a lot of units on the map, and with a lot of units on the map, he really is lacking in terms of, well, worker count. It's a nice catch, though. He takes down a lot of those, well, he takes down every one of those Adepts. He didn't take down really enough Ling Bane, I don't think, and so maybe puts him into a little bit of trouble towards the 3rd Nexus now. I mean, TLO is still being hyper-aggressive with just so much Ling Bane going into play. And he's going to continue to get aggressive right now as we continue to set up here. Just going to be seeing TLO ready to roll on forwards, or waddle on forwards. He doesn't have that Bane speed just yet. All the Adepts split up. The shield battery is taking some damage as well, though this one's still alive. Is able to keep the cannon alive to the top side. Some more Adepts will warp in as well, and keeping those Adepts warped in obviously goes a long way to helping out. Those Zerglings will be pushed away once more here. So Zerglings pushed away in towards the center of the map. Dark Shrine will finish in just a few moments. And again, more Zerglings just continue to come on up. Some more Lings continue to come on up. Phoenix will continue to come through. And we're going to be seeing the +1 flyer attacks. He's going to be finishing shortly as this Phoenix count builds up. He's also going into the DTs. This game, Roddy's getting into what he wanted to do last game a lot more comfortably, of course. So here you go. Those Adepts coming over and going to get themselves in position to do a bit more. Some Zerglings continue to move through the right-hand side up in towards the 3rd base. There's a lot of Adepts as well, though, and TLO I don't think has seen them at all, and they're going to shade in towards his natural. Suddenly TLO is pulling all of his units back from around the map. The Adepts didn't shade straight into a mineral line, though, and so they're not going to find a huge kind of chunk of damage already. As you're going to see, these Adepts are going to keep on looking around. Just going to be seeing these drones continue to be picked away. 5 workers killed so far, now 6. Ling's coming in again, and the Queen's going to continue to defend. Here's the defense here, as the DT over here, though, is actually having a bit of a field day. Currently isn't an Overseer to help out against that. Already bleeding a few Adepts off here and there right now. His Phoenix count continues to grow, but he's now got these Phoenix up, and he is starting to... I love it. He's protecting the DT. Oh! He lifts the DT to make sure it won't be picked off before he gets rid of the Overseer. I mean, that is cute. There's a very easy to kill Overlord there, but he might just not have noticed it. As he continues to pick his way through the 4th base. Hydra's on the way up to start dealing with this Phoenix count, which is continuing to rise at the moment. As DT starts to run away, the Phoenix on their way back over. The Overseers are a little bit slow. There's a new DT wants to come in. There's a Spore Crawler here now as well. The DT, unfortunately surrounded, will not be able to do too much more. But now Roddy dives in towards the mineral line. I have to say, Roddy is ahead on workers quite significantly, especially after picking off a whole chunk of them over here. This DT will just go for a few more drones before he gets picked off by the Zerglings. 13 workers killed in this small attack, and now he dies for another Overlord. The Overseers have to be careful too. You got to remember, he wants Overseers in the army. The last thing you can afford to do is just, spend all of your gas remaking Overseers again and again. Roddy with a lot of money in the bank. If you could spend that money, it will put him in a good position to perhaps defend at home. Right now, though, he once again is just struggling in terms of number of units. 6 Wolf Gates are up, 7 Wolf Gates are up, but he needs to spend it ASAP. As we're going to be seeing some Banes. Well, they started to go off on a couple of the Archon morphing at the front. This Zealot is holding strong. That shield battery is huge. The Zealot continues to hold on there. As we are going to be seeing Lings running in towards the 3rd base as well. I mean, a DT, a cannon. I mean, it looks as though there's enough for Roddy to defend this. And TLO is being heavily well, heavily defended right now. Roddy's doing a great job of defending this, and now he'll pick off a couple of Hydras, which came across with the Ling Bane. These Phoenix drained of energy, by the way. It's so difficult. Not a single Phoenix really with energy here to Graviton Beam. 1 or 2 at most. That's just how effective Roddy's been throughout this game. Consistently using all of the energy he has available to him to turn things into his favor. Just going to be seeing some more Lings continue to move on through. Some extra Zealots warping in as well. And seems as though Roddy's really getting into a very comfortable stage of this game. He's continued to hold off the aggression of TLO again and again and again. And honestly, right now, look at the supplies. I mean, I know I've been casting with Todd a bunch recently, but honestly, look at the supply. I mean, 70 workers apiece, but Roddy's up 30 army. He has to cancel the 4th base, but the Phoenix are out hunting, and honestly, there's not a lot of anything anywhere for TLO to defend against these Phoenix. I mean, what's in the main? Nothing. One Spore's not going to really scare these away. I mean, that's already going to be another whole chunk of drones, and honestly, I mean, there's a whole bunch of Hydras around which you could also look to pick away at as well. 12 workers just like that, and Roddy keeps himself in the lead here so far this game. More Zealots, another DT going to come through the top side and over to the left. Looking to see what they can do. We're going to see a, oh yeah, Cryptium actually being put down already. He's going to see the DTs juking and jiving. He gets taken down. Roddy can't hit the 4th base just yet. But he will find a chance to come in towards this 3rd, where he's going to find himself once more a whole chunk of drones. Roddy will take an exit. Needs to just be careful of those Hydras. Finds a couple of Hydras as he flies through the natural in towards the main, where he finds Overlords. TLO's supply block currently 144 over 136. Has to rebuild some of those, morphing in more Overseers to stay alive. Roddy has Zealot Archon back at home. A 4th Nexus coming up very easily. And he's going to have a couple of cannons coming through too here on this 4th base. So very nicely done so far by Roddy as more Phoenix just gather up together. An Archon below as well, as we do see the Lings and Hydras continue to gather up and continue to maybe get ready to push forwards once again. Fully peeking in another Stargate, by the way, so eventually here Roddy transitions into carriers. Out of such a strong position, transition into carriers could only kind of work wonders for him. Finds a few Banes, finds another Hydra trying to reinforce the main army, but he does need his Phoenix in the main army. He cannot fight this without the Phoenix. He has to be careful about what the Zealots do as well. Here we go, the Phoenix will start picking up the Hydralisks. There's some Archons that are staying alive, and TLO's army's just disappearing, guys. RotterdaM is starting to make this happen. Hydras continue to drop, Archons continue to kill. And this looks as though this might just be too much. RotterdaM is 157 supply to 106. Absolutely crazy stuff happening right now as we're going to be seeing Overseer picked off. Overlords are going down. RotterdaM is making this happen. Queens are going down as well. And TLO is scrambling all over the place to save Hydras and all sorts, but it doesn't look as though it's happening. Drones are going to get picked away at as well here. 3, 4, 5 workers dropping, and oh my god, RotterdaM is actually making this happen at the moment. I mean, honestly, he's just building into carriers. He's going to play it slow and steady, but TLO's not in a position where he can realistically push into a spot where, you know, he can't, TLO, build up an army that can deal well with carriers. You know, Hydras don't deal well with carriers. Ling Bane doesn't do anything against carriers. This is absolutely crazy right now in this game number 3. RotterdaM could knock TLO out of this qualifier, and he could move through into the next round. I mean, after this, Roddy is only a couple rounds away from actually making it into WCS Challenger. It's mayhem, it's madness. Hydras keep on going down here, as you're going to see the Queen as well. Needs to be very careful. These Queens are actually going to be getting picked off right now. 1 Queen, 2 Queens. The 3rd Queen as well will get picked away at here. Another Baneling and another Hydralisk also going down. RotterdaM, by the way, now almost maxed out. And TLO at 116 supply. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely mayhem. Just absolute mayhem so far. As the Phoenix are now joined by carriers, there's Archons on the ground. As Roddy's basically maxed, I think he might just realize it's time for him to attack across the map here. As we're going to be seeing these units just gathering up together, coming in towards the center of the map. Some Zealots to the top side as well here from RotterdaM, going to move around to see what else they can get up to in the next few moments. And we really are on the verge of seeing, well, I really want to tune into Roddy's stream for the last moments of this game, because I really feel as though Roddy is going to do like this amazing sort of fist bump, like, oh my god, I can't believe it sort of moment. I actually think it's going to be kind of crazy. Roddy's moving over here now, coming back with this group of Phoenix, pulling back over towards the upper right-hand side, or lower right-hand side. Lings and Banes cleaning out another couple of Zealots. Units continue to gather together. Roddy's maxing out. I mean, Roddy shouldn't waste too much time here, you know. I mean, okay, it gets better as he adds on more carriers, but he doesn't want to let TLO find a way back into the game, and Neural Parasite's coming up, and Infestors on the way. You see these Lings continue to be chased around, but they're going to get intercepted by Zealots, Archons. Interceptors are off and away on them. I mean, there's just no opening here, as RotterdaM's 5th base is now up towards the bottom right-hand side. It's up, it's here, it's looking good, and we're going to see these Zerglings as well from TLO moving around. See where else they can go. More Lings to the south are still looking. A few Zealots across the map, I guess, just trading out supply to build into even more carriers. He's getting Storm ready to go as well. TLO is getting the chance to max up, though, and that's where I do worry just a little bit. 2 GTs working their way through this upper left hatch, and we will be seeing the Banes rolling through. He picks off 1, he should be able to pick off 2. Nicely done here by TLO to deal with that without detection. These Phoenix, by the way, I don't actually know how many kills some of them have. 7 on 1, just trying to click through randomly. 7, 5, 3, 8. Not a crazy number at any stage, I have to say. 6 drones going down as Roddy just harasses the main, gets rid of the workers on this gas. I mean, TLO needs every bit of income he can get at the moment. I guess Roddy's sort of thought process is as well, though, like, does he really want to attack? You know, the one way he could maybe lose this is if he was to attack just a little bit too soon. Archons, High Templar, DTs, and Carriers are finally marching across the map. I think the only thing that's truly missing here from Roddy is probably like a mothership, is, oh my god, these DTs get this base so low. TLO defends it, but, I mean, again and again, you know, he's going to lose it at some point if he doesn't get some consistent defense up there. And Roddy's pulled the entire army to the top side to get him into position over here. Has to be very careful. He does not have detection actually to deal with the Infestors. And they can Neural Parasite from below. And here we go. They're going to start Neural Parasite. Roddy does not have an answer to Infestors right now. He's trying to lift up some of the Hydras with the Phoenix. Is it going to matter anyways? The Neural Parasite is doing some work, but is it enough work? The Phoenix are still here. I mean, in Neural Parasites again, he's starting to target down some of these. Here comes the Observer. The Observer will just mean these Infestors get lifted, though. And as the Observers get lifted up, oh, he needs to make sure he doesn't lose the Observer. It's still in there somewhere. Okay, he kills off every single Infestor, and that is it. That is GG. Okay, I'm going to put Roddy's cam on the screen here. Let's just watch Roddy's cam here for a moment. Ah, I can't get the right button. The winning moment from Roddy. I want to see his reaction. This is from Roddy's stream. I just want to see Roddy's reaction for the small couple of seconds here. Wow, just a mini fit.